Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy SP. We back in these YouTube streets with it. So this segment, we got to talk about Boosie congratulating Diddy on coming home. Now, a lot of people thought that Diddy was going to catch 20 years, Diddy was going to catch a life sentence and all this. And I told y'all, bruh, no matter what y'all say, the feds been reviewed these tapes. You feel me? They been reviewed these tapes. If they would have seen any children on these tapes, Diddy would not be seeing daylight. You feel me? If Bill Cosby went to prison, what make you think Diddy can't go to prison? If Martha Stewart went to prison, what make y'all think Diddy ain't nobody bigger than the program? At the end of the day, it seemed like they just was trying to lock this man up for being freaky. You feel me? And the only charges that we really seen was the domestic violence charge when he jumped on Cassie at the hotel. Other than that, you couldn't really say that Diddy really did anything. And like I told y'all, if y'all been watching my previous videos, they already said that when they reviewed the videos, everything was consensual. They went through the videos and seen that all of the people that participated inside these freak-offs, they've been in relationships with these people for years. All of your Jay-Z's, your Oprahs, TD Jakes, and all them, everybody who was present, them feds know exactly who was on them tapes, man. But at the end of the day, it wasn't no crime for being freaky. But I'm going to release the video and let y'all hear what Boosie had to say about Diddy winning the trial. Y'all get in the comments, let me know how y'all feel, man. The latch out the door and it's on the floor.
Man, I'm so glad Diddy free, bro. You know, the reason is because I'm tired of seeing us black moguls get took down like that, bro. And I'm tired of seeing us black people go against us black moguls like that. And I feel like if Diddy was a white man who done all this shit for people, you know, I know he ain't paid people, but if he done all this shit for hip-hop, if he was white, they would have had so many white people out there protesting for this man losing his life behind a relationship, you know. And people always, Boosie was on Diddy's side. Nah, it ain't that. It's because I'm thinking about seven children. Y'all thinking about one person. I'm thinking about these 7 kids who been in my kids' position. Not knowing if your daddy gonna come home or not is a burden on the child. So all y'all was like, no, I'm thinking about them damn children, man. So man, I'm glad he free, bro. You know, like I've been said, I don't feel he was guilty of nothing. You know, nothing but domestic violence. You know, but the court spoke, man, and man, I'm happy that dude children, man. I know his feeling right now, bro. I'm just happy for them children, man. So, you know, Diddy, sit your ass down somewhere. That's what you need to do. Grab Stevie J and your children and get the fuck on.
Insight from Sean Combs inside that courtroom. He could be released today. Brian Buckmeyer, let's talk about the jury makeup here and how it influenced this case, you think. We talked about the fact that it was 8 men, 4 women. Your thoughts on the number of men in this case versus women and how you see that influencing what happened here?
Yes, I know oftentimes when we look at jurors, we look at race or gender. And yes, there's a possibility that the number of men in this case could have been beneficial to Sean Combs in terms of trying to decide what this relationship was like. But I think probably more importantly than race or gender would be age. And the reason why I say that is because when it comes to the conversation as to whether or not these were consensual relationships, which appears to be at the heart of the jury's verdict in terms of saying, yes, we saw that you brought these people across state lines for prostitution, but we don't believe there was force, fraud, or coercion for trafficking, and we don't believe that there was a criminal enterprise or that there was not 2 predicate acts. right? I think a large part of the not believing comes down to consent. And what I find, at least when I talk to a jury or just talk to people in general, is there's a big divide in terms of what is consent when you talk to someone who is over the age of 40 or 45 and under the age of 40 or 45. And when you have a jury where more than half of them are 51 years to 74 years old, and even if you go even below that, there's a number of people who are in their 40s, I think the conversation and the argument that Mark Agnifilo and his team were having about what it means to consent works for people in that age demographic. I think if we